Still there are certain things that are left. I think there are 4 things that are left that must be coming to your mind. 2 things, that is prime number and composite number. I'll tell you that they are a part of natural numbers. What about even number and odd number? Where would they figure in this number tree? Even numbers and odd numbers, where would they come? Okay, now to understand both even and odd and prime and composite, we need to understand certain words very clearly. Okay, so we'll share those words and then we'll go to these 4 parts. First of all, what do you mean by saying factors or multiples for that matter? If I say, what are multiples of 3, say? What are the multiples of 3? You may say many things, but basically the correct answer would be multiples of 3 means the numbers which appear in the table of 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on. Alright? Some of you may say minus 3, minus 6. Let's hold for some time in this. What about factors of 12? 12 is a number. Factors of 12. Now, what is the meaning of factor? The number which divides 12. Right? The number which divides a given number is called a factor of that number. So, factors of 12 would be. So, what do you have to think? What are the numbers which will divide 12 completely? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. That's it. Some of you may say, why not minus 2, minus 3 and so on? They can also divide 12. Because you can always say, why was 3 a factor of 12? It was 3 into 4, hence both 3 and 4 were factors of 12. So why not, we can say that minus 3 into minus 4, because we know that a negative number into negative number will result in positive. So we may say that minus and minus 4 are also factors of 12. Alright? Now here I'll mix another thing. Have you heard about something called prime numbers? I am sure. Now what are prime numbers? The numbers which are not divisible by anything. That is the way of saying. Actually they are divisible by what? They are divisible by only 2 factors. Divisible by only 2 numbers. Remember? I think most of you would be aware about this. If you are not, no problem. Prime numbers are those numbers which are divisible by only 2 numbers. Give you an example. Let's say 7. What are the numbers which will divide 7? You'll say 1 and 7. That's it? Sure? First, are you sure about the definition of prime numbers? And then, are you sure about these are the only factors of 7? Answer is yes in both the cases. Definition of prime, only 2 numbers which divide the prime number. And factors of 7, 1 and 7. That is also true. We did not consider minus 1 and minus 7. You can see minus 1 into minus 7 will become 7. But we did not consider it. Reason is very clear. The words multiple and factors. These words are used only for positive numbers. By definition, by default, they have been defined in such a manner that these 2 numbers are used only for positive numbers. Okay? And they themselves are also positive. So first, they are defined only for positive numbers. Second, they themselves are positive. For example, while I said this, you may come up with the idea that what about minus 12? Now minus 12 is a negative number. So it will not have a multiple or a factor. Right? See, minus 2 is a product of minus 3 and 4. For that matter, it is also a product of 3 into minus 4. Or 2 into minus 6. And so on. Many other possibilities. These are all a simple product. This is a simple product of 2 numbers. This is a simple product of 2 numbers. Simple product of 2 numbers. What I am trying to say here is, every product may not give you a factor. Okay? A product will give a factor only when both the parts or all the parts of that product are positive. And the outcome is also positive. I think this makes things very clear that factors or multiple words will be used only for positive numbers. And so we say that minus 12, we do not talk about factors of negative numbers. Hence minus 12, we don't say that there is a factor of minus 12 or a multiple of minus 12. Okay? We do not talk about factors of minus 12. That's it. That's the only way to say it. Right? If the question says in how many ways minus 12 can be presented as a product of 2 numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so many other possibilities you can write. Okay, that's what you need to understand. Otherwise, come back to this. Prime numbers, the numbers which are divisible by only 2 numbers. 7 factors 1, 7 and not minus 1 minus 7. Come back to this. Multiples of 3. Correct. 3, 6, 9, 12 and not minus 3 minus 6 minus 9. Factors of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not minus 2 minus 3 and so on. So these are the definitions of the words, factors, multiples and so on. Still, the question of even odd is still there.